which means I'm slacking. No, I'm not. I was working on a lot of other things, and I did it offline because it would have been too noisy to do it on stream. But today I'm back. I'd like to say stronger than ever, but that would be a lie. Anyways, as you can see in the marquee below, we're going to be fiddling around with some stuff, and we're probably going to be doing it poorly. But such is life. I have to figure out how to minimize the noise on what's on my screen before I actually share. Well, we'll do this context tomorrow. I don't need to do some of these things right now. That's always a tricky thing. There's a lot that pops into your calendar like, oh, this needs to happen right away. That really doesn't have to happen right now. Filtering between those things and being able to just focus on one thing, that's a hard one. That's a really hard one. Well, for all the things that are outstanding with the other projects, I have pinged to people. Ball is in their camp, so they have to figure it out. So what we're going to do, clean some stuff up. And then I close the browser sessions that I definitely don't want to share, not even by accident. Otherwise, I'll have lawsuits on my hand, potentially. And that hurts me. And let me close all the private notes. All right, that message is not for me. Okay, we're gonna clean things up, right? We're gonna play around with one repo. And I have a couple of to-dos there. So I'm going to try to switch and close my mail app by killing perspective. That's the thing, kill the perspective. I don't want this thing popping up by accident. Oh. And then I probably have a few files with some private tokens that I need to open right now instead of, right? So here we go. I see some deets. Oh, app, cool. So myself did never open this midstream. A lot of things that I'm asking of myself that are tall orders. Let's see how well we perform on that. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do now, close everything to the right. Cool. And then we open a blank browser window, and then we make sure that our screen is always visible. And here it goes, present, share screen, share the upper half. Leak. I hope not. It is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. I feel pretty stressed out. Cool. So we made some changes to, we don't have it here. Make image. Let's see. Python 3.8.10 Slim Buster based image for def. Just make sure that that's running. Now, I've never used render, but I thought the idea sounds cool. Also for developers, sign in. Let's go. Come on. All right, so what do we want to host? Web services, but we do include zero downtime, deploys, persistent storage, and PR reviews. Cool. So let's just do a new one. connect account. Yeah, probably want to see which doesn't ask. Okay, formation tools. Let's go. All repos. Whatever. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Use GitHub Mobile. Bam. All right. This code. I probably shouldn't have shown that. There's probably a way for some people, the people that can figure this out. Oh snap! I got an invitation. Ooh, I got a very exciting invitation just now. You see how I get sidetracked? I'm supposed to do one thing, and then I see like a really sweet invitation from my sister, and now my brain is completely out of it. It's surprising how I made it this long on this planet with my lacking ability to, or my inability to focus on anything is pretty almost depressing. Anyways, here, sudo mode request, confirm digits, pop, pop, pop. Everyone has seen those digits, so whatevs. Connect to a repo. Well, we're gonna pick this one, connect. Now, of course, I want to, okay, so we're just gonna call it the exact same thing. Oh no, don't give me Oregon, give me Frankfurt. Shit. That was a little fast. I pressed enter before I had time to. Oh, this thing is in progress. Let's just see what's happening there. Yeah, I can't. Can I edit? Oh, let me see. Whatever, like seriously, how is this going to kill my vibe now? It's not. It doesn't matter. Now, the thing that's probably not going to work here, I did something really lame. I have a Docker file in the repo, but it's not the right Docker file. So, also, I don't know for the life of me. I don't have visual feedback on this tool. Like, it will show you. See this? I can't see anywhere whether there's audio feedback. So once in a while, I just have to pop in, go there, see this little green meter or gauge moving, and I'm like, oh snap, mic. This is the better mic. Here, see? This is why you could tell I'm an amateur. I'm such an amateur. Anyways, laugh at my incompetence, fellas and gals, and everyone else. All the good people checking in, laugh at my incompetence. Cool. And you can tell, like, it's just one person checking this out, which is usually just on Twitch, and sometimes it's, I believe, like just an automated, it's an automated attendee on Twitch. But mostly in this room alone. It's like working in a cafe. You know that people are able to see you, but you know they're not actively looking. All right, so what do we have here? The Docker file is not going to work, almost certainly. And the reason why, I'll find out. Docker file. Because you don't have a nice drop-in point, which would be command, right? And also, I need to figure out first with the developer experience, like how does it work again? I say make dash slash doctor, and then make ngrok. I don't know how I run the little thing that I wrote here weeks ago. This is a problem with getting back to work. It's just you've forgotten everything. Fine thread, so we just close these. I don't know if it's sensitive information. Okay, this is some information on tokens. Oh yeah, stupid me. Wrong screen that I'm sharing. Obviously, I should just keep the comments. People, imposter engineer. I didn't even notice you were there. Oh goodness, I need to get comments back on more visible in my face. I don't know what you said, not really too, but I'm happy to see you. I hope everything is well on your end, and that everyone is healthy. And cool. Yeah. Oh, you're not really laughing at my you're not really laughing at my troubles. Is it that painful to watch? Are you just crying in sadness or sorrow? See his blatant showcasing of incompetence. Okay, so here, I thought about healthy. uh, that's a relative term. Fair enough. Fair enough. Definitely relative. Let's try to get some. Let's at least try to have a healthier stream now that you're here. Healthier than what I was initially planning to do. So a little bit more focus. Oh, snap. I've heard about that. So the imposter engineer just mentioned something about a respiratory issue. And since Christmas, I've heard a lot of folks are not a lot, but I've heard a bunch of folks are dealing with that. I hope that you get through it soonish. Are you having any trouble sleeping, or does it not affect your sleep at all? Oh, whole family. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How's that for something you don't hear every day? 2 weeks ago, got the COVID first time. Holy smokes. That means you've been extremely fortunate to avoid it for the past 2 years. Good on you. I hope it wasn't super, super rough, but I can imagine that it still obviously took a heavy toll on you, especially if you're dealing with the aftermath still. Oh, goody, 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 goody. Health is wealth, folks. Health is wealth. Oh, kids are the worst. It was rough. An imposter engineer. Holy smokes. This is really, really sad to read. Goodness, I'm happy you made it out. Um, Jeez, I'm happy you made it out on the other side to tell that story. That's definitely a rough one. Are the kiddos all good, or do they also have a little bit of like after effects? Hmm, I can imagine. The imposter engineer saying how I'm relatively healthy, but one after the other was difficult to do. Yeah, of course, it's a barrage of events that your body is just not, I can imagine, not ready for. Oh, geez, young one suffering, can't eat, sleep. Darn. For how many weeks has the young one been under the weather? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's heavy stuff, but I hope that next week when we catch up. Yeah, right. Circle of life. We all get sick, get better for a while, catch a new virus. I've been told that I've been told that if you have kiddos, then there's like this constant battery of Windows software updates that are basically trickling into the house because the kids just go and collect them from everywhere they go at the kindergarten and all that stuff. So I guess families are pretty up to date on their firmware or on the operating systems they're running on their bodies. Um, and you're absolutely right. Get back to work. The only person with sense here in this conversation of the two of us is you. Thank you for that. This is exactly why I'm doing this. I need this. If I wasn't on Twitch, I'd probably be reading stuff on Hacker News or side questing into something Emacs related. Go to class too. All right, 30 minutes. Perfect. Then For the time you still stick around, let's make it as entertaining as possible. And then for the time beyond that, enjoy the class you're going to teach. You're not going to be attending another professor's class to just see how they're doing things. Okay. I wonder how often it happens that professors just pop into their colleagues' classes to just kind of get a whiff of, this is kind of like the technique you're using. Yeah, okay, you're going to teach it. Fair enough. Was already expecting that. All right. Okay, so we did this, create Slack app, blah blah blah, all of this stuff, invite to the channel. It was a lot of noise, wasn't fun. Da, 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 da. And then we have a bunch of extra nodes, so I'm gonna fold this section. Defen. So this is the one we need to do now. We can actually go back to Slack apps, and we're going to clean up what we have there. So this is the apps panel. This one, demo app, we're actually going to screw around with this. So I'm not going to delete it. No, this is my first attempt. Maybe I keep it there because I may use it. I should probably change its name. FT Vade makes it easier for me to tell which one is which. I call it dev Vade, and the Vade's development build background color. Add icon. This is exactly the type of stuff I shouldn't give a shit about. But yeah, here we are. It's also too late now. Sometimes you gotta do these things, huh? Which one's bigger? That one is bigger. Right. And then what about I just do what? Full black. Is there full black? No such thing. Deletes development bot. Alter ego. Remembers way more than he does. Sweat. Yeah, here we go. Long description. Not going to do it. Save changes. Boom. So now I should be able to engage with what's the best way to do this? Dev scratch. There we go. Different name. That looks a little better. So now we have the dev thing. I can ngrok it into existence. Good. But then we have this problem. We try to deploy it, will not work because we did something lame. And actually it does have an endpoint. When did this happen? First deploy, setup init nix. That's kind of cool. Am I on the init nix branch? Oh, I'm not. Weird. What happens if I do this? What's in the Docker file? Okay, yeah, I don't want that. Just drop that. It's in the init nix. Well, we played around 2 weeks ago. That's why I don't remember Jack. Okay, cool. So experiment classic Slack Python. Okay, cool. So we did stub something. Now we just have to get the environment up. And I am clearly missing some nodes in my docs, right? So Python. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I should just Python app. Okay. No modeling Slack both. Fair enough. And so let's see what's in. I can't do that requirements. Install our requirements. Come on, people. So I made something. I made a mistake. It's a fixable mistake. I'm just working. Oh, what kind of Slack app? I'm just working on a very basic hello world. I just want to check the SDKs, make sure they work, so I can scope out something else later on. So it's going to be a very boring, very boring Slack echo type of thing. You like apps that are like shovels for the gold diggers. What is an example of such an app? And how? Let me know what you're looking for. Maybe I can build something for you. Oh, Slack itself. Shovels for the gold diggers. Exactly. Tools to help you do things. Communication tool. Aren't the best. Aren't the best. Yeah, aren't the best tools. Kind of like comms tools. Your mobile phone being one of them. Um, yeah, so I feel like it's something that's convenient to have a lot of like have something to come to you in Slack because everyone is there. So I think it's a lovely product when things work. They don't care what are doing. They can shoot for the moon. All right. I'm trying to parse this, so I'm not so sure if it sounds like it's a good thing. They can shoot for the moon, but then they don't care what people are doing, kind of thing. It sounds like they don't care about their users, but I'm guessing that's not what you mean, what you're trying to say. So you're using Microsoft Teams at the university, or are you using a different product? Okay, so what we're going to do in order to get this working, we're going to cheat. I have another repo where I got, this is just notes, so I don't care about that, but let's just say this, um, so this one, imagine you just look inside this folder, and I set up an environment before. It's probably here. I got a home there. In the home there, I have a bash RC, and in this bash RC somewhere, I activate a VM. Gotcha. All right. Now this is exactly people who use Slack can shoot for the moon. Slack doesn't care what people do. They just make sure they have a use Slack. Boom. Exactly. Value creation. Any team can use it. I'm just puzzled. Why aren't you using Slack at the university or anywhere? Do they just have like these uh, procurement constraints that require you to use Microsoft tooling? Okay, but you're using Zoom, all right. We don't communicate. Yeah, yeah, that's an issue. Big one. So you use Zoom and Google Meet. Is there like a clear delineation of when you use either one of them? I mean, like they kind of like work for synchronous conversation, but you still need to like have asynchronous like back and forths. Does it happen through email? All right, so this one here, create VM if not already created. That's okay, but I did a better setup not too long ago called I'm going to look for pipe alpha and then I'm just going to look for pipeline alpha. What was it? Yeah, it's still in here. Oh, find bash RC here. Yeah, did I miss? I'm not mistaken here. If we're in the next shell, we do something different. Good. So we're just going to simplify life a little bit. And we're just going to take this up, go back to agent, up, bash R, nothing in here, bash RC, it's there. Okay, definitely different. So we do that. Let's look at the diff. Comments. Yeah, okay. You would be surprised how bad the communication is where I am, but this is common in universities, I think, unfortunately. Yeah, emails are what you use. Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. He also said, yeah, they schedule a meeting with me and my colleague, no agenda, no time. Oh my goodness, those are the worst. People, these are the worst meetings. Just come to a meeting. What? Yeah, kindergarten students. I don't know. In Dutch, we would say troost. Yeah, like if it's any consolation to you, um, I see this all around. You kind of like have to fight for people to just draft agendas. It's also why I hate meetings with a passion. If you have a good agenda, I find they can be rather productive. So I hope you have more luck in convincing colleagues to draft decent agendas, because it makes a hell of a difference. All right, so what is the problem here? Well, the problem here is that we're trying to run something pip install-y, right? Inside of a Nick shell, we don't want to run it, otherwise we do want to run it. Cool. So this is actually the big change that I really want. This, boom. This stuff, this is just like some polishing. I don't care for that right now. Yeah, I think 99 of meetings I attend are a waste of my time. Oh my goodness. I hope these are like small meetings at the very least, such that it's only two people's time, in the worst case, being wasted. But in many cases, I see like 10 people showing up to a meeting that could have been an email or a Slack thread, or could have just been sorted out by writing like an agenda and having people realize like this is a moot point, or oh, I can walk you through this in 5 minutes. Now that I see the questions that you have in mind or topics. Only a few committee meetings were useful. That is unfortunate indeed. Unfortunate indeed. Alrighty. And then something pops to mind. I think one thing that I forgot to do, which is not going to be hard to figure out, is that in the Docker file, I'm actually building this thing from deno, and then what is base image? Parameters. Base image should be Python based. All right, so I am inside the container now, am I? Right, just make sure. Right, so this is supposed to fail using previously created VN. Okay, go. Drop the VN. And then make patch. See if this actually does anything. Something is happening. Sometimes you just have to clean. Look at that. Sometimes you just got to clean up shit. All right. I'm just trying to deploy. Okay, cool. So pip install our requirements.txt. Meanwhile, I think I can safely commit these changes. Only install, not in the Nick shell. Well, yeah, cool. And then what are these? These are just like doc changes. This is documentation. This is just effectively bash RC cleanup for doc. So test aliases for bash RC and aliases src, and what's the rest? Cleanup logging. Echoes. Verify. That's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, cool. So those are in. Okay, cool. So what I now have to do, Python app. Okay, address already in use. Good. Did I do something in terms of spinning up the server? To see if I mapped the host into this thing. And when I run make batch, you can't really tell. So I have to go back to the make file, wrong place, back to the agent, make file. Okay, now I have to find out what the Docker build args are, which I have in parameters. Build args. Okay, not those, just args, base args. What do I do really? I don't do net mapping, which would be convenient. But then probably the ngrok thing doesn't work so well. I don't know. Cool. So I have a bunch of things running on port 3000. Obviously, I should be able to modify the app that is here to not run on 3, an idiot. And 6, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do like, spin it up. I just want to know that it spins up. Bold apps running, development server, good. How do I? Okay, cool. Let me tell what server this thing is. Start your app. Okay, so now we have to go back to bold Slack bold. Okay. This is bold for JavaScript. I don't need that. I need to see the Python stuff. Give me a fast way to Slack bold Python. Boy. I typically just want to look at official. Yeah, okay, so let's just look at this one, right? Let's start handler. And the handler is the thing that the lock that drops into, I believe. And then you just call this live request handler, return the handle, done. Does this thing automatically drop into the app? It's not super clear. Process before finding the tree when running on fast. Okay, so these are just when you're running it in mockouts, but that doesn't tell me how to. Somewhere else. Okay, let's just look at examples to see how they spin it up. It's on NPM. This is an NPM app. What the hell? All right, just view on GitHub. Let's see what it looks like. Crap. This does, yeah, it's not, it's a TypeScript app. Well. It's not all lost. Let's just have a look at here. Go back to the original docs. Developing your app, initializing your app. I don't want to see this. I want to see deploying. Let's find next steps. Okay, so let's just see next steps. How good are you with Python? I can read it comfortably. I don't remember syntax. So I just have to always figure out where things are. But I used to do pretty low level stuff in Python a while back, but I keep toggling between languages. So yeah, the course that I did, the ML course that I did was Python at the time, but I wrote that like maybe now 7 years ago. And there was a lot of R in it because there was a lot of discovery analysis that I included in that course. But I mean, like, that's the worst part. I spent yesterday a good amount of time trying to get a Dagster pipeline running, and then realizing that there were like a bunch of like underlying weird things about generators that were exploding, and I just had to read through the documentation and some of the source code of the library I was using a bit more to understand how things are really getting called. Like at that level, it's really frustrating. I can still figure it out, but it takes time and it's just not fun. I just want to build stuff. I always feel like documentation, there's always like something missing. Like, yeah, so this is how I call the app. But the example that we have, like Python app, right? Yeah, fair enough, I can do that. But there was this other part where we did something with, I believe, if I go here, where was it again? This is not it. Maybe we are also setting up a bold app. activate, and grok install site bolt. Yeah, here, so then this thing, it starts. And then, of course, it gets OS environment, get port, and otherwise defaults to 3000. Easy enough. I could have read that. Now I'm realizing I could probably spin it up by just. So let me just undo that change. See app. This thing here, we don't want it anymore. So port 3001 Python app. I should spin up. Ah, see, it doesn't work. What the hell? How does that not work? I would have guessed that it either gets port or defaults to 3000. So now I have to figure out how the hell this little sucker works. Python docs, official docs, and then G, quick search OS environment get, and then I guess we just go to OS environment get, nothing. All right, so I think this is the closest we have. And come on, give me a get. Tell me how the get works. Okay. Oh no, it's a mapping. Okay. So let me go back to environment. There we go. A mapping object where keys and values are strings that represent a process. So I actually do hard code it to something. This is not kind of cool because I would have assumed that get env. Maybe this is the way to do it. OS get env. This is the weirdest thing. I must be misunderstanding this, right? OS environment, where keys and values are strings that represent a process environment. Environment home is appended in your home directory. Fair enough. But is it can get env home? Yeah. It's captured in the first loop, but you say like environment, yeah, and then you say get. That doesn't really do anything than just take the name of the thing I'm trying to get, right? So send why the hell. And just look at let's just look at a mapping and then just see how they implement a get. Do they have a get? They don't. Okay. I might just forget. Yeah, okay. Something is weird. I feel like this is not the typical way to access this. Maybe there's an maybe there's an API change. Which version are we on? 3.11. Okay, so maybe we go back to go to 3.8, which is a bit more of a stable version. Documentation isn't much different. So this didn't really help us, right? So I'm just going to do this default 3000, and then we just look at what GetHenv does. Give me the implementation default. Yeah. This is a better way to do it. We're losing it. Let's see, default 3000. Surely I'm not fully shitting myself, am I? This is like the weird shit that I don't enjoy at all. All right, so port 3001 Python. There we go. Import os.get env port. What are you? Yes, default 3000. Hell, you did pick up. Yeah, so address already in use. Maybe that was just a problem. It wasn't the way I called it. It was just that port, however I twist it, would be accessible because I have port 3001 already running on something else. I'm an idiot. Which which means that this should work all the same. Jeez, so that's not how this works. Okay, cool. So whatever, we're going to deploy this now. We're going to call Python whatever. We just want to look at nodes, right? And then Docker and say Docker file example. Okay, we don't have an example, so Docker file best practices Python, right? Then we're gonna see SNCC sounds okay. Oh, Itamar has really good blogs on this, writes the Python speed blog. I remember reading this once. Why new Max break your Docker build and how to fix it. Building and Docker with singularity, packaging as a process, G-Unicorn using Conda, there's a lot of stuff in here. Where to start? All different articles. When should you switch to using it? January 2020, but you said, oh, I should not believe in one upgrade because that problem with the new Python release, missing binary packages, incompatible kind of support bugs in Python. Lack of toolchain support. Okay, when did you switch? Oh, your library is explicitly supporting in Python. Okay, cool. Using Alpine can make, oh, that's provocative. Using Alpine can make Python Docker builds 50 times slower. Okay, it will even make the image larger. Now that is something I have to read, but I'm not gonna read through all the deets here. I think the basic is packaging, connection with shields, fetch slower with the log file, debugging below. Where so-called best practice. Let's just at least. Oh, and that's a base image. Yeah. Okay, whatever. I think we just go for SNCC. They probably just have a Docker file example right on page 1. Okay, I had my caps lock on. Let's get rid of that. Mix with my key bindings. I need to just click through this. Oh, yes, command Python app. Fair enough, easy enough. So we're going to go back to agent and then Docker file. F, that's what we need. From base image as prod. Do we do any of these installations? Do we need any of this? Maybe not. Base image is Python. I think we run command. Let's just Python app.py. Right, so this is there. Do I need to copy anything over? I don't need a Slack CLI. I don't need ngrok, and I don't need Deno. These are all def dependencies. So make file. So I should make both the def image. So I should make the prod Docker image. It's going to be production prod. Also, what's the default target? It's the last one, right? Default build target Docker file. See how that works. Multi-stage builds, that is the authoritative resource on this matter. How does it work again? From something do that, Docker file from this and then we can just use multi-stage. From you don't need to sync a Docker file, you don't need to specifically separate this from that. Copy from one to the other, name your stages, and I don't need to name it, right? I can just say that and drop the target, right? And then just call this from base image, and then we just have to run pip install our requirements.txt, nice and simple. And then of course I have to set up work there. What do we want to use as work there? We kind of like develop against it. What was it? Parameters, build args, volume mounts, home path, real path, temp, project name. We should probably do it into opt project name, but hey, time. Just drop this in here. We need to figure out how to get in there. So we also have to define it's probably a build arc. Let's keep them both unsigned parameters. So let's see, what are the build arcs that we get? We get project name, so I can actually work with that. Can I use, let's find out. All right, and then I can specify that I need the arc project name defined. So I use it there. Copy that to that. Current working directory into this one. And specify a Docker ignore, but make image. Also make file. We just drop the postfix and we just call this image. It's going to be a phony one. I guess that's it. Ah, come on. Real time. Ooh. All right. Broken permissions. Now this, of course, bad practice. I need to change the user to something more production ready. So stack uno. Can I have like a couple of example Docker setups? User, nothing on that front. Notes here, see if I have anything. Did write something on FHS. I need to map, convert all these things. Yeah. Catch you later, imposter engineer. Sorry if I didn't catch that just a second ago. Enjoy the class. Have a good one. Was happy to have you here. Take care. Get well soon too. All right, so what was this again? Etc. Opt app is a path for configuration files for application stored in opt app. Cool. So you know what we're doing? We're not delaying shit. Not simply because I don't know. We're just gonna do this the right way. Also, what I'm gonna do, runtime Python. Gotta figure out. Okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. Stack uno. Runtime. This is a decent example. Let's just start with this one. Let's see. What do we have? User ID, GID, GID. I have to provision user first. We do this before we copy. Yep, fair enough. Actually, before we set up that, but after we install whatever extra packages we still need, and switch to that user, which I believe we've already done. Yeah. Then we copy from build into opt-venv. This is kind of like clean. Copy venv from build image. This is weird. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should. I don't know. But what we can do. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to hide the message. All right. So what we can do is stop the environment, go back here. We say like, okay, fair enough. It's going to be there. Virtual env is going to be defined to env path. Add it to path. Then the env is going to be happy. This is all that VNF needs, but we need to set up the VNF first, which means we have to run pip install at some point. So here, this is our pre-built. Super complicated, I feel. Actually, doesn't have to be. Right, I can just go in here, I can say that, I can just run this, I'll build the VM right inside of the container. Will not try to import it, I don't care. The question is whether we have to, this is the cleanest way to do the VM thing. I don't fully remember. Probably wasn't. Right, so, okay, so then we have project, users already switched. Probably change owners and permissions. All right, this is why we did it. Right, so because we need to copy over from the build image, which we're going to build now, which is going to be effectively, so it's basically this thing. There we go. So we're just going to define, that's the def image. So I'm just going to say from base image as build, right? I don't change any of the permissions. I'm just going to lazily figure out how to build this VNF here. Build it into virtual env, right? Yeah. Virtual env, right? So then that one is done. Do we need anything else? Still poetry there, but who cares? Maybe I should install pip. Yeah, let's just install pip in there. We don't care if it's in the target container, but we do want to have this in the right place. And then I don't care about it, right? Good. And then from base image, we just say like, please provision a user. We copy into the UID GID that we have right now. From the build image, opt_vn, put it into opt_vn with the right permissions. Then down the line, we set up VNF paths. Let me see if comment is there. Good. Project and project. Weird that I do that. I'll just do it anyways. I probably thought this through already and then work there. Interesting. This one gets art project. I don't think I ever pass it along like that. But then in all fairness, project. Project is project name, so this thing should work. So whatever. It should be fine. We basically define an internal environment variable called project. Copy the source into it. I don't have to do this anymore, right? And maybe I do. So maybe I do that actually. Put this back in place. We're already in work there, but let's be explicit. And project. Also, I don't like. Okay, right. It's a lot cleaner. Arc ports. Let's just come on. Arc ports. Let's just do this here. Let's keep the command the last thing we do. Hey, Robert Chung. Good to see you here. How you doing? How you doing? We're just hacking a little bit and trying to get some work done, building a very basic Slack app. Really good seeing you. We should have a chat sometime soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love the Slack app once it's out. It's gonna be a nifty little surprise. Uh, no, I'm back home in Berlin actually, enjoying the cold. It's been snowing today. Um, Winter Wonderland. Yeah, and I'm actually enjoying. You are in Suriname. Oh, sweet. Yo, folks, Robert Cheng is in Suriname, enjoying the good life. We've had some riots there a few weeks back. I remember when we were in Mexico, I watched the news and it looked pretty hefty. What's the political situation, the temperature out there? Everybody's complaining. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing of what some would classify as third world countries. The economic situation is dire. If places like Germany are talking about economic recessions, then we are even hit a lot harder in many cases. Ugh, it's really unfortunate. Those videos were heartbreaking to watch. How are your folks holding up? Are they healthy? Oh my goodness, now that you're talking about Suriname, I kind of want to be home. Yesterday I was talking to Lini and we were talking about how I miss my mom and my dad and how I haven't seen them. I feel like I haven't seen them in such a long time. And for some reason, I'm just a bit sensitive about that these days. Oh, your folks are okay. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, it's good that you're there. It's important to spend time with them. I hope that being there, Anola, I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna have to look that up. Uh, oh, come on, D. Oh, hold on, that's not. Oh, nature resort. Ooh, oh, that looks lovely. Sweet, living that life. Oh, what a lovely place. Just chill, enjoying the Surinamese rainforest. Oh, beautiful. Look at that water. It's so mighty. Oh, this makes me, it's giving me like heimweh. I'm really missing certain things. Thanks for this, Robert. Just giving me some appreciation of what we have there. It's really nice to see it. Thanks for this. It's a good pick me up, a really good pick me up. And this, people, this is the life. You hammock with your laptop, looking at your stock, no, not your stock ticker, just writing some code, have a Starlink nearby. I can imagine. Look at that. Robert says it was paradise. I wouldn't imagine it any other way. Take a couple of good books, have like a nice mental retreat, read, come to your senses. Oh, geez. Really nice to see this. Ah, this country, this country. Wi-Fi is bad, but you don't miss. Okay, you don't miss the internet. Okay, so I need to be mentally prepared really well before I go, because I'm really bad with lacking Wi-Fi. I still have to learn how to do offline living. It's surprising if you think that a generation ago, this is effectively what life was, just being one with nature, figuring out your way, not worrying about being connected. And then I'm just a generation removed and I'm so decoupled from that already. I'll check your app. You send me something on WhatsApp? Cool, 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 cool. Let's see. Oh, there's a video there. Okay, this is I'm gonna enjoy this tonight. Sweet. Ah, So how are the hustles going? Like the businesses? Are you setting something up in Suriname for coaching or something else, or are you just mostly focused on being in holiday mode and enjoying quality time with fam? Built this already. Maybe you've built this already. Interesting. Quality advisor for the healthcare sector. Good on you. Moving on up in that world. Sounds really cool, dude. Sounds really cool, Chief. You're on that mission. Okay, I believe we can remove the configure VM. When you say healthcare sector, is that hospitals, or are you mostly working with like other care providers? Hospitals and just, oh snap, it's really serious. Wow. All right, cool. Good to know. Jeez, serious stuff. Args, I don't need package installer, but we probably don't need to worry about that. And project is going to be app, so we need to specify decent defaults. So I'm going to do that. Um, oh, snap, trying to keep the inspector off their back. It's only because they know it's not completely textbook, huh? And so you're basically making them more comfortable about inspector showing up by making sure they're all up to code. Oh, by the way, speaking of quality control, are you what are the standards that people have to implement? Like which ISOs are these things? Because I feel like every sector has kind of like their own types of ISOs, but I feel like ISO 27001 is kind of like one that goes throughout every okay, so that's like the universal standard to apply for. Okay, HKS, gotta look that up. NEN. Okay, let me look that up. This I can't open my private notes on this, but put that in a scratch buffer, just for a quick scratch. Sync wants to do something. Yeah. Oh, 9001. Yeah. So ISO seen that around 9001. Never looked into what it means. So it's not 27001. I guess that's for companies building software when they're selling it to enterprise or something like that. What's the name of this one actually? Actually, it's funny. Explain in layman to a lay person what ISO entails. 8. Let's see. Quality management system. It helps organizations to ensure that they consistently provide products and services that meet customer regulatory requirements. How is ISO 901 different from ISO 27001? Explain to me like a teenager who doesn't know much about standards. Oh, it's governance. That's the difference. See, information security management system. Gotcha. Okay, so 2701 is information service. That's this IT stuff. So the company's building software. Okay, so Robert Cheng is calling, so I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna mute the stream. Chief, what's good? I'm good. I'm just talking to you. So Yeah, so the standards that you were talking about, I'm gonna mute myself from the stream probably so we can talk a bit more candidly. BRB. Mm-hmm. 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 Sure. Like when are you gonna be back? Okay, so I have no concrete plans to head to the Netherlands, but I should be there in the summer. But we can also just have a chat or something like that. Like I don't know, like you had like I don't know what you want to know. Like you said something about you wanted to apply it to quality control. I have no idea what you have in mind. Mm-hmm. 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 Suppliers or service providers. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Like all the work you're doing is effectively document writing and review, or what's the uh, hmm, okay. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so hit me up then when you're back in the Netherlands and you have had space, and then let's also see if I've had space because like there are a couple of things in the pipeline that could get really chaotic on my side over the next couple of months if things work out. So I'll tell you more about that um, soonish. Yeah. First things first. Enjoy being in Suriname. Hugs to the fam. Um, yeah, and yeah, sure thing. Looking forward to it. I will. Take care. All right. Cool. Information security management system. That's why I've seen it so many times because it pops up in DD stuff all the time. So one thing I have to do in order to make this thing portable, every arg that I need needs to be defined. I'm not going to risk it. So base image, I think at some point I'm lazily putting it together there. I'm just going to grab it from here. Python. Where are you here? That's the one I need. Right. Good. Okay. Don't leave it. Don't leave anything open to chance. So the next arg I need Deno version specified. So that's good. System packages empty. Select CLI version specified. That's specified. Good version. We should like lock that in. What's that going to be? Uh, there we go. Drop that in there. And then next arg gid that geckos project ports. Okay, this thing is portable. Right? And then now we just have to verify everything is here. And we just stop this. Define. So we added build and default target stages. Yeah. There's such a thing where we mounted it on port 3000. Like, don't overthink it for now. Let's just one step at a time. For define and build and default production stages. Docker file in Docker file. Actually, it's obvious that we did that in the Docker file. The make file, we stuffed the make helper. Don't we just do that? Sure, stuff image make rule. All right, and then here we downgrade. If I'm not mistaken, we downgrade. I don't know if we need to do that. I'm not sure if the tutorials used a different version. So what they did here, Python, give me Python 3. If you don't have Python 3.6 installed, now it's the time to do it. Of course, we don't have to worry about that. We're doing Python 3.8. Since 3 is 2, what's it? Leading edge. Fair enough. That's good reasoning. All right, whatever. So this thing here, we should be able to push that, right? So just push. Now we need to verify and connect to that path, and then we connect to the other thing. Cool. And I totally forgot. I've been streaming for 1 hour. I've been working for at least, I've been streaming for 1 hour, 15 minutes, but I started working a little bit before prepping some stuff. So I need to start my clock snap. I keep doing that. Agent Slack. Okay. This massive gap, I was running errands in between. Cool. Righty, so what are we looking at? We need to go to render. So, dear render, what do you have for me? Do you have any events that I should know of? No, you don't. You only do like main. Let's see. Agents like 10,000. All right, so there's probably documentation on how to do a Python app. Yeah, this is pretty easy. This is gonna go for Flask, right? Python fitness all requirements, achieving the current start command. Bah. So tell me how we do that with a Docker container. Docker and render. Preferred application delivery mechanism for increasing number of applications with render up and Arbor native support for running containerized apps. Parallelize multi-stage builds, customizable Docker command, full Docker ignore support, run your local builds with Docker, BuildKit Docker to use BuildKit on your own machine. Getting started, templates. Yeah. Oh, they have temporal. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is one thing, but come on. I did deploy something. A few recent events. Why did this fail? Manual deploy latest commit. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is, yeah, can I cancel? Can I cancel? Fair enough. I know why you're failing. How do you do builds for different branches? Branch only main. Okay, so how do you do multi-branch? Okay, so let's look that up. Branches. Boy, commit by default. Which makes a GitLab or render build employee with every code push to your remote repository to be committed from a complicated. Rolling back. How to deploy any commit? Yeah, deploying a commit manually. Yeah, via webhook. I don't want to set this up. I just want it to work. Use to trigger a built-in deployment of your service without needing to push code to your GitHub. I didn't want that, actually. Yeah, to push code to your GitHub assembly. Yeah, okay, so this doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's just go back to this. Where are we here? Am I? Darn it, that's my problem. That's my freaking problem. I've been pushing to the wrong place elsewhere. GitHub. Right. Of course, this thing wasn't working. And come on. It should land at some point. Was that bad gateway? There we go. Stop experiment. No. Great pull request. This is just formality. I don't even know if render. Gosh, come on. Nothing. Okay, so that didn't work at all. Okay, figure this out. GitHub. 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 Connecting GitHub when you're serious, you connecting GitHub screen looks like this. Yeah, connecting GitHub. Let's try GitHub. We can authorize render. And render can automatically build and deploy Git pull requests. If pull, okay, there we go. This is what we needed to do. Pull request previews. Where the hell? Only create one instance of a single server for each pull request, like high fidelity copy of your entire production environment, including databases, preview environments. I don't need that. Or do we? Instance of a single service for each pull request. Yeah, this might be an issue. Oh, for this one, actually, we don't need it. We are not talking to a database, we're just talking to APIs. So where do we enable it? In the settings, you can do this in pull request tab or in settings for your service. So it's annoying. Let me just copy this into the setup notes, right? So pull request, and then give me this file. Following quick start, we want an environment around this line, CLI produce demo apps. Actually, SDK. I don't know why they called it bold, right? So we prepare the def env and stub for build env. Actually, this is done. Bam! Victory. Victory. We created a Slack app. We have one. Let's go through the steps of creating more official one later. Deploy basic app to fly iOS starting point. Let's do render app of render.com. If, for example, and update. We're using render.com since we don't need to position the agent anywhere close to end users, but rather closer to Slack. Whatever, I don't know who's calling us. The Slack servers are, people are interacting through Slack, and then from Slack, things get hooked into our end, so the Slack servers. So DC near. Supplies. So DC near should, so data center, anything near a data center, DCs should suffice for these. Like sled, shrug, I don't know. All right, socket mode. We are not going to do this yet. So we're in the process of trying to deploy for this. That's right. And okay, I need to copy this link. In order to set up a render.app project, set up BR previews. Set up. Configure the agent for in order to configure a render app project, host the agent, set up PR previews. Okay, cool. So we're doing a doc update. For doc update, mark def env stub as done. Let's change. What was it? We wanted to find change thing to render. That's it. This thing basic, not exciting. And now we just do the PR previews. Where do we do that? Settings. I don't like that I have to do this, but it is the way it is. Let's see. Custom domains, PR previews. Here we go. Here we go. How can we enable save changes? Can we edit? Maybe it's like, just say US West. Clear. All right, cool. Deploy hook, custom domain. All right, so that's a good one here to think about how we solve this problem. Health check path. All right, cool. That's good. That's good. We need to set up an endpoint for our health checking. This is going to be a very lame endpoint, so let's just go to API. Let's figure out how the Bolt framework wants us to do this. This stuff, app command, app event. I don't even know. It just feels working around Python. Endpoints. Let's see. What do they tell us? Bolt for Python. Sending messages. That's not what I need to do. Listening for events. Any API event. That's sure. Using the web API. What does this do? This is not what I want. Acknowledging requests. I have options like what's underneath it? Like what are we really using? Opening models, I don't care for that. Updating, pushing views, listing for view submissions, publishing views to the app. Okay, come on. Authenticating with OAuth. Yeah, do we ever do anything like that? Yeah. OAuth settings, we don't do that. Backups, install on multiple workspaces. We need to implement OAuth securely. Okay, right, let's find out what we do with this later. What the hell? Oh, come on, this. There is a note on socket mode. Use socket mode. Look into using socket mode to case. This is just pending that like the demo version up. All right, so this is Bolt for Python will create a redirect URL. Let's link you to redirect after they complete your app's installation flow. You will need to add this in your app configuration all app permissions. All right, this can be configured in the OAuth setting. Install route where you can find add to select button for your app to perform direct installs of your app. If you need any additional authorizations or from inside the team when your app's already installed, yeah, cables for that includes setup case. This is good. We can look into this later. Custom adapters. Let me look at getting started with HTTP. I feel like the documentation, you're constantly rereading the same bits again. I fucking hate that, but this is just the way it is, huh? Look, fine, you do a lot of these decorators and then some magic happens. Here, what the fuck? Yeah, you have to like visit Slack Bolt by blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is not where you access it. I don't even know how this happens. It's just a message. I basically match on the string. I just want to define a very classic endpoint. And for that to work, I just need to read up on what happens under the hood. Bolt Python, is this it? This is Slack app built with. Come on, is that not the repo for this thing? According on GitHub, okay. This is it. A Python framework. Here we go. Let's flag this. I might want to start it. Not so sure I like it yet. 3/8 right in the middle range. Creating an app. Export something on main. And then you can post to /Slack events. But I need a health check endpoint, which means we either just flip through this, see what is here, recommend a way to handle these events. That's good, making things happen. These functions are called if you like to access one a single object. This is what comes in, creating an async app. That's just a command. Again, same shit. If you prefer another async web framework, ooh, good. It's getting exciting. This is kind of like what I'm hoping for. Fast API or SANIC. Async handler. What are we? Okay, don't understand this shit. That's just the adapter. There's nothing really in here. Okay. Slack request handler. Let's corresponding examples. Let's just have a look. Batman API. Here we go. Fast API. Oh. Here we freaking go. This is what I need. Yeah. So we have events. This is just standard shit. API, fast API. Oh, gosh. This is nice. Okay. Fast. This is not the way to do it. It's kind of cool. This is like an ML supported search. Oh, got a heart from someone. Y'all are the cutest folks, whoever is watching. All performance is good, or what? Holy shit, that is funny. That is funny. Google is kind of cool. I like that this is just direct search. No fancy BS. All right. So, so let's do this. Deploy basic app, and then stop to do, stop health check, and find agent, and then look into that's the wrong link. Maybe pick SANIC. See off. See biased. Nah, I don't know if it's a biased thread. There is a benchmark mentioned in there. Static. Unity. Beginning. Sequences. Later, maybe SANIC. Pop up. Give me see example. Use up from there. That's a fast API, but I mean, like, it's just fast API. Back. Example set G SANIC. All right, so I guess we just do async app. How do we do this? We basically get this async app come from, that comes from async app, that's Slack bold, and then SANIC async Slack. Yeah, that's just the adapter, right? And how do we define this endpoint? API post. You define just an endpoint API. Awesome. App. Cool. And then we just run API. Boom. And then we can kind of like do that. This is a good example. I like this. I like that. SANIC. Let's just do that. Yep. Right. What time is it? 17:37. See example implementations by Slack at using the Slack adapter. So these are just ideas, right? Stuff I'll check endpoint for agent. But for now, we don't really want to care about. We don't want to worry about that. We just want to go back to this thing and save the changes we had just a minute ago. We don't configure the health check endpoint, but we do want to do it in a bit. And it creates like app where we US based. What is US West? US West. The following projects exist. Settings. It's fast. Okay. This is thing called project services render web services exist for this project. Okay, we just verify that this thing is going to work. Deployed failed. And just do a doc update and look into anything. Read it. Good. Looking good. Doc steps. And check. See, that's all regarding health check and log. Push this to where get out my friends. Yep. Say Slack, Python, whatever. I don't know. Did I update the settings? Why the hell, my friend? Pull requests are enabled. Enabled to automatically create preview URLs for every new pull request created on the main branch. Blah blah. Field reviews. Create a new instance just for the service. Come on. I already have the PR. I do have a PR there. Yeah, like, isn't there already a pull request in the system for this? Few pull requests, right? Yeah, so, crap. Oh, yes! Oh, sweet. Let's just see if this failed. One step closer. Deploy failed 4. All right, good. Like, we can work with this. Tell me why. Yeah, traceback. No model name. Well, obviously, I didn't install something. Pushing image to registry. All right, so the next thing we can do is effectively look at, try to spin up the image, right? So if we go to make file, we try to build, make sure we build the image, right? There's server. Any of the source there, whatever, we just drop that. Dependencies. No, none of that. None of that. I could probably do this. Probably doesn't. Let's say 3,000. It's 2. 6 6. Right, and then I so call it server or done. I don't specify an entry point. I don't do that. Server. Let me see it fail. The address already in use. And this is lame because I always get them twisted. This is supposed to be that way. That same error we had there. So we can fix this now. File app, we don't find this thing. So back to Docker file. And need to do a quick bathroom break. So, oh, I already had the banner up. Totally forgot to take it down. Well, next banner, people. Be right back. Elevator music queued. You have to do it on your end. All right. By the way, I got these nifty keyboards delivered. I still have to kind of like assemble them. You can see that some of the keys aren't on them yet. Also, handling the camera's tricky. So that's a nice side quest to do. Maybe one of the other streams where I'm just solder. I don't have to solder actually. I just have to put the keycaps on it. Easy. Also, it's pretty dark out there. It's not really dark, but it's starting to get like twilighty. So I'm just gonna switch to dark mode. And on the eyes, and do the same here. Cool, everything dark, nice and consistent. Also do it inside of the StreamYard window. So I'm gonna bill ish soon because I want to spend some time with the missus. International Women's Day, obviously. I also want to call mom and I want to call my sisters and make sure that they feel just hear what they're up to today. So what we can do is kind of like try to debug this little issue before we call it a wrap. Now, what I think the problem is that we didn't bring in the VN correctly. So let's try to figure it out, huh? This is where I build the dev image. There's a bunch of shit in there. The Slack CLI, I don't care for, and Grok that I don't really care for. And then I do the build image where I don't have any of the other things. I don't even know if I have pip in there at the right version. I probably don't. Probably. So let's see. By the way, one of my 8, the package I'm using to talk to GPT, I made like some minor changes that are more security related to so I can manage my passwords in a cleaner way, and they got merged. So little win, tiny wins, people. I'm an open source contributor. Not now. I've been contributing tiny, useless bits of code, but you know, it's always a nice feeling when another little thing you've written gets merged somewhere into a project that you like. Cool. So what we did here, we effectively stub the venv and then pip install in there. So if we're going to do it here, we would probably have to set up the venv first, which I believe would follow right after. It would actually make a lot of sense to stub a venv and then pip install, but it doesn't matter because for the dev setup, we would kind of like mount a local volume into this. So it's only for the build, which in here, then we do venv, then pip install. So we get pip on the right version. Then we pull in this. And obviously we've missed a step. And I'll tell you what that step is. It's the install requirements. So bottom here. And it's that. God, where the fuck is that? My package installer. Darn it. It's over here. Build. And so what stage do we do this? We copy the local thing into the folder. We have the venv already set up. Okay. Oh, that's shitty. We then copy it from what build. Oh, okay. So we bring all of that into scope, and we just align back to this. So what we did here, we brought all of this into scope, venv blah blah, and maybe we just do the copy and then we do this install Python packages. How did we miss this step? How did we miss this step? Image. Something. We also didn't change that. I don't know why it's rerunning. Let's see what happens if we did a pip install now. Did we? Poetry install. Fuck. No, we don't have that. So, so what we want to run here is install our requirement. TXT requirements. I don't know. Sounds like it. Also, we probably dropped the cache thing. Why am I not seeing anything? What the hell? Ah, crap. This is. Can you do a quick check here? So how about we do LSLA and cat requirements. TXT. Right. See what happens. There's a requirement TXT in there. There's Slack, there's bolt in there. Fair enough. So the error we were seeing before, that was a module named Slack bolt. So make server shouldn't say that anymore. Hell. What the hell? 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 Maybe I made a mistake. Batch. Okay. This is probably not gonna work. Ah, come on. Import Slack bolt. It's there. Okay, cool. There's something there. So this from Slack bolt thing, it should work. But we need to figure out why the pip install thing. Also, that was weird because I don't see any visual feedback. Okay, so let's figure out if I misspelled anything. Package installer, echo on here. Let's see if this does anything. On. Okay, exit that and then make server. Oh, here we go. Make image. Weird. It's not supposed to end like that. Oh, okay. What we can do is actually let's look inside. Okay. Good. Cool. All right, so let's take a look. Let's take another peek. Okay, so echo before, right? And then I do ls la opt env. And look into Python. Side packages. And same after. Here we go. No such file. Fucking weird. This didn't work. This did not freaking work. What's the issue then? Well, maybe that's the issue. I opt in. Does this thing actually exist from build image? So I get it from the build image. So in build, if I ever populate this thing from base images, no. Why? Virtualize in. So I'm just saying echo prepped virtual end. Okay, so come on. At that point, when it's done, yeah, okay. It's weird. Let's have a look. ls la market as a code a. Okay, let's look. Is it empty? Why is it? What's the fucking deal? It looked pretty empty. Okay, that's not helping. Yeah, also this shit here doesn't work. The poetry thing, that's not gonna help. Virtual env slash bin. You do this as root. LA virtual env. What am I missing? I don't see what I'm missing. Ah, darn it. Okay. So we need Docker upgrade more and C. This is local stuff. C. Yeah. There is jump. What else do we have? Like all the MK files into the sucker. Like a make file. Next file. I don't need the block file, even though it's tiny. No one cares about it. So that's done. All right. So what did we do wrong? The non-zero code. No such file or directory. Basically going back here, and I'm going to virtual and see what's really in there. Oh, LA, that's what we have. Where's the before? LSLA virtual and flight and my weird. This cannot be it. This cannot be it. What the fuck is project? So let's just say peak. This is debugged by, there we go, peak. I have been, did I not run this before? How did I miss this? It was a pretty big in your face type of thing. Right, so what is it again? We need to look inside of. We don't have like Python 3.8, the subdirectory, which is funny because the site packages are clearly missing, which means that populating the VNF because in the build environment, I need to install our requirements.txt. I need to install dependencies there. Yep, cool. And that's one thing I didn't think about at the right place. Installer. So this doesn't happen. It actually happens here. At this point, we have the requirements.txt in place. We have the right permissions. Yeah. It should hypothetically work. There we go, failure. Fire works. Why? Fireworks actually. At which stage do we have this? Good version. All right, so right after it. Right, and then our package install, pip install our requirements. Actually, echo peak VN. I don't understand. Let's just do this cat requirements.txt. Oh, we already did that, so drop that. Package installer. And let's just look at what this directory looks like. So it's not that overly excited. Here we go. We failed. Fucker doesn't work. I'm missing. That's probably hell. Fair enough. So copy requirements.txt, right? And I'll put them in requirements.txt, and I'll. Do we need to? We probably want to do that. Copy working directory into, yeah. So we copy working directory to, yeah. Say here it's going to be project, and then this. Come on. What do we have here? I don't know. This feels weird. It still doesn't seem quite satisfactory. Why? This is weird. Install. I'll just do that. Let's just see if this thing breaks. Current text. It seems correct. I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something. Anything? Weird. Okay, I just ran like version. Is this really nothing? Okay, now I'm confused. Which pip? Come on. Ah. Okay, so we're not there. Make dash. Give me. Oh, we're already in here, so let's say pip version. All right. Something is off. Maybe I should just do this. Pip version. Could it be that? Fucking hell. Seriously, could it be this? That. Oh, jeez. Come on. Okay, so what we did, idiot me, we need to set the environment variable to, and I have an example somewhere where I do this here with our system packages. Put it in there. Actually, it should work. I don't understand what the fucking deal is. I'm confused about this. System packages have worked. I don't know. This is not it. This is not it. Let's split. Let's have a second take. Package installer. Crap. I set a default value pip version. I may in my make file or my parameters write it. Installer. Where the hell do you come from? Installer, which is not defined in here. Make file. Package. That's weird. Oh, I found myself an error. Shit, people. All right, so this is one for you, huh? So here, so if I were to look at parameters, installer, this is a dead end. Specify it. Look here at package installer. Here, make file directory. Package installer. Here we go. Come on. This was a little bit of a painful fuck-up. So the runtime version we specify here, and then we say package installer. Yeah. What about you? It's bit lazy. Yeah. Here we go. Now this bit here should change. We dropped the poetry part. We added the virtual envis. We copy. What do we do here? We did this in build image because there's a slim chance that we try to populate binaries somewhere else. It should hypothetically work without it, so I should be able to do package installer bit, like the copy of the code. A build environment should build the fucking thing, so let's build the thing. And just copy that into it, set up the VM. Don't run any of the build tools here. Right, so moment of truth. If I can get this running-ish, I can call it a day. Here we go. That's the expected output. Installing packages. Here we go. And then now I can call make server. And it should different error. Good. This is good. This is good. And variable slide bot token or token argument in the constructor. Okay, fair enough. Cool. So we are in a much better place. Let's just close that. If like for Docker file, the poetry bit. Poetry from Docker file. Poetry remnants. Remove poetry remnants from Docker file. Fair enough. Cool. So what we do, sure, define package install. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Define package installer and install is for build, build stage, and not for in. Docker file, I version. History. That back in place. But make image to just run. This is just a correction, so we make restage it, make amendment. But it's still a server role. It's just for you can easily fix this. Server private. Okay. Let me do this Slack. Or Slack, this is where I get it. Docker file arc Slack CLI version. Oh no, that's not the one I need. Signing secret and app token. I have to pass them into the app. Like bot token is like signing secret. So how do I pass them along? The app. For dev reasons, I am going to provision. Okay. Docker private args. Here we go. So good thing that I've parameterized it. So I have to call my local pass store pass. Work. Okay. Private args. Mount. Yeah, so what do we have here? User, home, user. I'm probably going to change this. So look at base args. Where do they come? They show up here. So private args. Base args. Specific user group. Real path. Shell. So we're spinning up like a production grade image. I only want to pass in. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So main user we don't give a shit about, so we're just gonna put them somewhere else. We'll put them here. Sort. See everything ends. So stay permanent. And yeah. Okay, that base args, Docker args, right? Base args, their essentials, home there, demo there, that. These are all for dev purposes. Working directory temp project name, which we found into. I can do anything with the name temp and now zip project origin, project version, jump to the virtual end. It none of that we need here. Okay, and then I go back to make file, and then on server I will basically pass along Docker base args, right? Up. Right, and I should be able to make server. See if that fails. Bolt apps. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Refactor. Refactor. Only limit base args to production and inputs only. Everything else needed for dev or debugging. And debugging goes into the noise here. Variable args. Superset contains everything else. As part of superset args. Cool. Of course, now we have to provision these variables. So settings environment, Environment variables. Whatevs. I'm gonna have to stop sharing the screen to set these up. But first things first, we are going to create a new app. That's somewhere in the README. It's like that. So, and then there, messaging, create new app. Workspace. I don't know. Yeah, okay, from scratch. From scratch. App name. FD. Beta. Bleeding. FT. Some like naming scheme. I feel like FT production, that's the real one. FT new, that's where everything. FT def. Development version. FT new. FT early. It's the early adopters version. I just want to deploy to my FT workspace and create app. Something went wrong. Fucking hell, what is that? Let me see. Flight mode, is there a check mark that I forgot? Create app. Oh shit, okay, cool. Need to wait a few minutes. Your app configuration tokens. Weird. Let's just try it again from scratch. FT early. Select workspace. FT. We need to wait. We need to wait a few minutes before we. Oh, okay. So now I just want to move on, but I can't. Okay, cool. Well, whatever. We can't do it right now. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go back to dark mode. We're gonna stop sharing the screen, and we're just gonna set up envars for. Actually, we can merge that thing, and then it's just going to crash, and then we know from that point on that's okay, right? So just experiments blob, so we push it up to GitHub. This is funny. This is multitasker. Cool. Already got 2 hearts today, so we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Do we try again? Has a minute passed from scratch? Oh no. Super server is. You'll be able to change this later. So okay, so we didn't need to overthink it actually. Try again. Hell, how many apps can we have? Weird. All right, I think I have to just call it a day then. I mean, now this thing is broken. All right, oh, what's the deal here? No conflicts. Did we have? Oh my God, my neck broken. And what was this? 521, that's sufficiently recent. That's ours. So let's see what failed. Yep, here we go. So this is good. Now we're nearly at the end, right? We just need to configure. We're just going to figure that out in a minute. Let's update documentation actually. So, okay. Okay. to provision app to errors stream. What's the error actually? Let's try it again from scratch. And MO app to, you know, just giving it a friendlier name probably helps. Ooh, sweet. Now that worked. Wonderful. Okay, cool. So what was the game plan again? This didn't apply. Let's keep it there. I'm gonna remove it. Yeah. Navigate to install the workspace. Obtain a bot UI. Okay, install the workspace. We already did that. Cool. Install your app. All right, so add at least one feature to rotate. Okay. What are the permission scopes? Oh, okay, come on. Let's just install the workspace. So follow instructions. Actually, I need to. So apps, go to general, created this one. So now we just, there we are. Okay, cool. Fuck. All right, wait to stop sharing that. So let's just go back to, this is probably small enough so you can't read it, but let's not risk it. Got a client ID, and probably have to re-provision, so I'll do that. Verification token, fucking out, regenerate. Okay, I'm going to regenerate the verification token. Cool. Enter password. Slack. It's my Slack password. Okay. It's weird. I don't remember ever entering a Slack password. It's the weirdest bit. Search. Okay. So create. I never created one. Let's argue that. This is the weirdest thing. Email link, cool. So let's figure that out. All these site quests say, reset your password. Let's do this. Yeah, forgot it, people. So the password. So let's say path generate work formation, and then need to go to Slack. Okay, cool. So password generated, copy, paste it, strong. Gosh, that was annoying. All right, so have we gotten this side quest out of the way? Tired of typing? Yeah, fine. I'm tired of typing it, but don't remind me. I match links. We're good. and enter. Oh, confirm. Now I've updated. Come on. I'm in a confirmation loop. Fucking hell. Right, so I'll just have to copy, maybe it expired. All right, this is the correct one. Here we go. Refresh the verification token. So install the workspace. Da, 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 da. So I have to, second step is I have to go to auth, but first install the workspace. So I go to auth. That's right there. At least one redirect URL needs to be set before this app can be opted into token rotation. Redirect URLs. Yeah, come on. Those aren't very good. Install to. Oh, here's the button. At least one permission scope. All right, so that's the next step. Permission scopes. Okay. Permission scopes. What are we thinking about scope? Okay, so where do we set this up? One permission scope. Where the fuck is that? Let's just edit this. Back to URL. Come on. How do you add permission scopes? So where the hell is that permission? I'm here. What the fuck? Your new app. We want to do install the workspace, but the button doesn't allow me to do it because I need to add these OAuth tokens. I need to. This is advanced. So the question is, do I need bot token scopes, which, or user? Okay, let's just add bot token scope. Okay, I'm fucking out. Let's just do that. Do I have anything here? Obtain app level token. All right, cool. So we're doing to navigate to this thing and add bot token scopes. What to do is I want to channels, join public channels in a workspace. We want to be added to a channel, so we're just going to do this manually. Send messages as chat right, that's one. Add no scope, channels, commands. That's what we want. Another thing that we need, come on. Bunch of permissions, let me see. Which ones are they again? enumerate everything I've added so far in the chat. Right. Commands. User read. Addresses. No, I don't think we need that. Profile read. Profile details. Maybe it's useful. In a workspace. Maybe we don't actually. Just move. Can I change these later? I'm pretty sure we can. App mentions. A few messages that directly mention. There we go. I'm sure it goes. Okay, app mentions. So people can find this. Bookmarks read, list write, calls write, channel history. We can check our relevant history. That's a good one. Actually, you don't need to. Maybe you do. You maybe do. Is there something else? We can't join automatically. We can't manage. We can't read. Right, customize, word public. Isn't a member of. We don't want to do that. The DND do not reserve. Emoji read, view emoji, custom emoji, and work. I don't care for the custom emojis. Few files shared in channels and conversations. Well, interesting. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is something for future. I am few basic information drive message added to. I am right. Let's see what else we want to do. Incoming micro. Post messages to specific channels in Slack. I don't know. Just incoming micro. Whatever. Okay, so we have now just enumerate everything. I have commands, mentions, read, channel history, right? Incoming web hook. Start with that. That's bot scopes, and then I can say install to workspace. Finally, the demo app 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what the hell? Requires a channel to post to as an app. No, I don't want to install it yet. I just need OAuth tokens, right? That's good. Install the workspace. Grant permission to represent the prompt by pressing allow. Yeah. So we just need to pick dev scratch, allow, demo F2 be able to do. Okay, cool. So now we can copy bot user OAuth token and bot user or Slack bot token. One of the things we're missing, right? Right, so let's see, what is it? Slack. No, come on. The build process. Scroll to bottom. Okay. I say Slack bot token value save. Create environment group. Group name. Internal. This was staging. Let's call it staging. Actually, let's call this test. Yeah. Create environment group. Yeah. And then so it's select bot token, perfect. Pressing allow, select bot token, obtain signing secret from general and configure private configuration set signing secret. So add signing secret and retrieve it from how it's general. Okay, so we'll go back to the general page. Yeah, almost there. Still midstream. Oh crap. General mistyped. So here. Cool. Then thing I need signing secret. Signing secret. Where's that? Show. Copy. Place Slack. Signing secret. And variable app level token. Obtain app level token. Here. What the hell is that? General and configure your, what the hell is that? Come on, app level token. App level token. So let's generate one. Stream. Supposed to be accessed by this. I have to add scope. Okay. What's this? Right. What do we need? Voucher apps and random. Need that. Authorizations, app configure your application if your information. And it starts. I don't know. What the fuck do I need? I need obtain configure private configuration is set. Slack app token. Name the token according to the naming scheme. Env name def. Okay, env. So this is going to be test US finder for opening finder. Bot. One. Stream. Prototype. Okay, I'm gonna call it that, and then I just need to figure out. And I ran some indicator of the scope of the token like write con, read auth. Okay. Really need apps and then for websites. I don't know, few information about your app's authorizations. Configure your app. I don't fucking understand what this is. App configurations read. No, okay, I probably have a app level scopes. Yeah, funny. Let's see, transport Slack. Come on, give me something more concrete. Ooh. Just add to the fucker. I don't know. And, authorizations read. Upload token. Search. Token. App token def attempt. Okay. I'll just add base 2023-0308 and then scope for this. Add scope read and add scope write. Generate. Copy. Put it inside of this thing. variable. What's the token? Just call it Slack app token. Go save changes. Right, you can't do this. Right, and then we go back to group name. Settings. Now we just have to configure how we deploy anything that isn't yeah, cool. So I need to done. If I look at that, I need to revoke configure your app, route your apps and direction over WebSocket, view information by apps, like all the permissions. It's fucking shit, but FT test. Then we have to resend, just get the logo up. Background is going to be red. Yeah. Here we drag it. These. Like testing out. Break here and there because it's save changes. Come on, can't be less than 175 characters. Which, cool. All right, so I did that. I reload. Okay, cool. This is then install your app, manage distribution. A Slack button. Now I just wrap it up. I will find on render how to do this later. A unique name for your website. What the hell is that? Oh, this is just, okay, fuck. This is why I couldn't find the settings. I gotta go to settings. And then I probably find branch, PR reviews, right, enabled. And then preview environment. Variables, environment variables. And you can override environments, preview values, production. Okay, fair enough. Let's just call this a day. We got like something nearly up. The rest of it I sort out later. Date night with the missus comes now. Y'all have a lovely rest of the day. We ended up doing, I think we, just to share whatever is shareable. We got a new Slack app built. The render project is more or less configured-ish. Just need to figure out how to get environment variables correctly configured in it. That's another thing, but it builds. So that was the big one. The rest that's a different one. Environment variables, I have to figure it out. I don't know. Link environment group test. How do you link it? I don't know. Ah, crap. I don't like that they do that. I just want to have a copy button. I don't want to have a see the shit button. I don't know how the linking works. Anyways, plenty of stuff that moved today. Following to the FT early. Oh. This timestamps here don't really help, huh? So I'm just gonna set nrock for local development. Set nrock or netbird. Spoke to the netbird founder not too longish ago. And we just need to figure out last PR. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to basically take the link for this app and then just say hoppa here and just add it in the repo. Cool. Now that is clear, and now I can just save that challenge. Stop configuration for early app configuration. Yeah, it's like app. So now I created the FD early. It's like app. It's a starting point. Still need to understand app environment variable ends into mainline and preview ends on Wednesday. So say stop node on and for setup. Cool. That's it, people. It's a wrap. Day's over. Gonna have some daytime with the missus and probably some office and just chilling on the couch. Y'all be good. Take care. Don't forget to call the folks you love. Wish them happy Women's Day. Tell them how dope they are, how much they mean to you.